Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy, and it is Hump Day. It's the middle of the week. It is December 2nd, 2020, and I cannot believe we are like, what, 23 days away from Christmas. Can you believe it? I mean, right.
I
It's just
can't.
unbelievable. Well, tonight on the show, we're going to kick off our giving back to small Black businesses. We have a businesswoman who's coming on with us later on this evening who is just incredible. She created a product that I'm just in love with. We'll introduce you to her tonight, and just a lot of joy and happiness. And then we're also going to talk about telling the truth. When you start telling the truth, does it change you as a person? Why do people lie? Why do people tell the truth? We'll talk about all of that. And joining me in the co-host chair tonight is my sister, my friend. She has been promoted, you guys. She is no longer considered the guest co-host. She is the co-host. And when she's not here, those are her nights off. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to the one and only Miss Kay Renee.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Chad.
Hey,
Hey.
darling. Hey, darling. How are you?
I'm good. I can't believe it. December, the 12th month. Can you believe
Girl, it's December 2nd of 2020. This has been the year of we've done nothing but wear a mask, sanitize, social distance, and stay at home and lose jobs. And it's just been a
this? Everything.
blur. It's been a blur. Have you started decorating yet?
Art, for me, December is always very challenging. And, it's funny. Someone asked me half an hour ago, aren't you getting a tree for Christmas? I said, no, because December, this is what happened. Three women in my life made their transition. My late great aunt, Ruth Ridgway Whitted Booker, December
Wow.
8th. My
Wow.
Nana, Mrs. Naomi Ridgway Washington Hudson. She married twice.
Oh my
December
God.
18th. And
Yes.
then my beautiful mom, Mrs. Clara Steen Mason, made her
Yeah.
transition on December 25th,
Yes.
Christmas Day. So
Yes.
I do not celebrate it like most. I try to
Hmm.
be reflective. I try to get in the Christmas and the festive spirit, but it's very difficult. I'm hoping we'll have a conversation and a show about what to do when you lose loved ones during the holiday season.
Well, you
So
know what, Kay Renee, my heart always goes out to you. I really appreciate you for always being so just open and honest. And really, part of the reason why I enjoy you being co-host, and a lot of my other co-hosts as well, is just the honesty that we have in these conversations. And I
absolutely.
too am grieving the loss of 12 people this
Yeah.
year that
Wow.
never in a million years would you have been able to tell me that these people would have died this year,
I
and
know.
just the circumstances in which they died in. And then none of them passed away from COVID. None of them passed away from COVID.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Maybe one or two, but
Mhm.
none of the rest had passed away from COVID. So this has been a very trying time for myself as well. And I get that. And I think that we are very therapeutic for our audience and people who discover and find us and learn
Absolutely.
more about how we just want people to just feel better, because we live in a cruel world. We really do. We live in
We
a
do.
very heavy and cruel world. So
Yes.
yeah, I hope you feel better. Oh, and I gotta tease you about all of your female ancestors' names. Baby, them were some strong women names. Them is
Hey.
when, look, those was names that when them ladies' names were said, it was like the Italian mafia. You know what I'm saying? It was
I,
right, yes.
and
Yes.
especially Miss Clara Steen, because I
Oh
posted
yeah.
my mom's earlier picture. A lot of people, even one of my family members, was like, "Was that Aretha Franklin?" I said, "Well, that's Aretha's sister," and I'm
Right.
sure now they're together having a conversation in heaven. But my mother, who was a high school teacher, she did not play. My great aunt was a teacher. She didn't play. My nana, who was a baker, that's why I get my sweet potato pie ness from. She didn't play either. In fact, she almost beat somebody down in the bakery. I remember the story she told me, and they just didn't play. And I'm just really
No.
glad. Hey, Chris.
Well,
Good evening.
those ladies, and not to date those ladies at all, but they came from a time and an era where they were best at what they did. If she
Yes,
was a great baker, you better believe people kept her cooking and baking and doing those things, and she ran a very stellar household. And
she
i
did.
think I think we've lost our work ethics. I think that a
Mhm.
lot of the type of work that we do nowadays is not gratifying, may not
Right.
be financially paying what it needs to be paying. And
Of
so,
course.
it puts a dilemma and a strain on modern day people. But back then, your relatives, them women had strong names. And notice you said she had two husbands.
And my grandmother was gorgeous. And mind you, Art, when she left here at age 86, a year prior, she had a brain tumor. They went in
Oh,
her brain to remove it at 85. And she
wow.
came out of it clear, but I saw a decline in her health before she made her transition. But she was just, quiet, strong, fierce. All the women I spoke of, my great aunt, Mrs. Ruth Booker, my nana, and my mother. Oh my goodness. And you know about the car accident. You know the fact that she
Yeah.
lived 6 years before she transitioned. She went through some stuff a lot
Right.
of people would not have gone through. And
Yeah.
even with my dad, they were married for 47 years and he wasn't always the angel. Let's be clear now. Talk
Yes.
about telling the truth. I'll tell the truth. But he
I know. I
loved
can't wait to
her
talk
dearly.
about that. Yes. Okay. I get it. I get it. Well, I am
Yeah,
so glad we're able to remember our ancestors like that. And,
yeah.
I think for us as Black people, we need to have more dialogue like this. I told somebody, I said, I'll never forget the first time I went over to somebody's house and their mother rolled up a joint and started smoking weed. I damn near lost my mind in their house for the simple reason I had never seen that. I didn't know people's mama smoke weed. None of that. I
Right.
was just like, oh my God, your mother, right. And that's from that point on, my life changed about people. I think I grew
I
up with
bet.
rose-colored glasses. You know what I'm saying?
You and me both, because both of my,
Right.
my mom and grandma, they sheltered me. It's okay that they did, but I'll tell you this, and I'm sure your mother and your nana, they had discernment. They had intuitiveness. When they spoke, people listened. And I will talk about telling the truth. And I shared this with you before we came on air. I said before, when I received my master's degree from Roosevelt, my mother whispered in my ear, she said, "Get ready, your marriage is over." Pissed
Oh
me
my
off.
God. My
Got
God.
mad
I
because
can't
she
believe
didn't
that.
she didn't care for my ex-husband. Again, we could tell stories about that, but she let me know, get ready. I can't be upset with her because she was right.
Well, all right, all right. But I'm gonna need a drink to help you get through that situation. Okay, so
We're good.
let's leave that where that's at. All right.
We're good.
So we want to give you guys the latest COVID-19 update numbers.
Mhm.
Illinois public health officials have reported 9,757 new confirmed or
Wow.
probable cases of COVID-19 as of Wednesday, bringing the
Mhm.
total number of known cases now to 748,603 cases. Yes.
Oh God.
Meanwhile, city officials said on Tuesday they expect to begin rolling out coronavirus vaccines for healthcare workers later this month and could provide them with provide them to lower risk residents in the spring and children by summer. Public
Wow.
health officials also reported that we had 238 coronavirus cases as of today, most
Wow.
in a single day since the beginning of this pandemic. But now keep in mind, somebody may not have been counting over Thanksgiving. Somebody,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like I watched the news all weekend long, and somebody
I
may
did
not
too.
have been watching it on the weekend or tallying the
Exactly.
numbers or whatever the case may be. But 238, that is really a high number.
It
The
is.
previous high number was 192 people, and that was
Wow.
reported on May 13th. And that was during the height of this pandemic when the wave was really bad. And as of now, we have recorded 12,639 deaths since March. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone who has
Yes.
lost a loved one. That's
Yes.
just tragic, really tragic. What do you have to say about all that, my dear?
Not only that, our thoughts and prayers go out to people who are continually to suffer and deal with this COVID virus because
Yeah.
it is real.
Yeah.
I keep seeing news reports of people having parties. You know, in New York, there was a party, as we talked about this, wedding, Hasidic Jew wedding that had over with
Baby.
7,000. I couldn't
7,000.
believe that. Even
7,000.
here around in Chicago, folks still having parties. I'm like, what the hell what are people thinking? You know, it just really, and then you hear the stories of family members who dealt with COVID, who cannot breathe, who are in a hospital over 100 days, and it just that breaks my heart. You know, family members, you know, older members who have pre-existing conditions. Not only they have it, they succumb to it. I read one couple, married couple. They were married 47 years. They died 19 minutes apart due to
Oh,
COVID.
oh, oh,
It
that's
just,
heart-wrenching.
I don't get when people don't understand the simple rules. Wear the damn mask, wash your hands, practice social distancing. It's not that hard, people. But people just don't.
Mhm,
They just believe fat means crazy. I just don't. I truly
mhm.
don't get it. I don't.
Well, we cannot implore you guys enough to just follow the rules, do what's
Right.
necessary. I understand that, you know, a lot of people, it's amazing the number of people that have to be out and about, that just
Right.
have to. I can find enough things to do with me, myself, and I. Look,
Let
half
me
the
tell
time
you.
I don't even get to I. You know what I'm saying? Because me and myself be about to wear me out. So by the time I get to I'm depleted. So
I know.
and I can only imagine just, you know, why do you want to be out? Just if everybody was to sit down, chill out. I think if the government was to give us some money to sit our asses down, I think that would really make everybody sit their ass down. I think it would
I,
make everybody chill out.
I
People are just nervous and scared about their finances.
I know. I can definitely relate. I
Right.
can definitely relate.
Our good friend Patricia Arnold, she said, right, the long haulers who will suffer the after effects of this virus for the rest of their lives don't get much attention as the deaths and new cases. And I
That's so
agree.
true.
I agree.
I agree too.
Yes,
I agree too.
yeah, Patricia, you made a valid point. I have a friend right now. He is still in the nursing home, in the you know, rehab center,
Mhm.
because he can't leave and go home to his family. He still has a lot
Mhm.
of issues where he's on oxygen, all of that. His
Uh,
family are workers, and they are,
right.
you know, essential workers, and so that's
Right.
what the problem is. Yep. So, you
Right.
know, yeah, you're right. We just send our thoughts and prayers out to everybody that's going through this entire situation.
Amen.
All
Yes.
right. Well, Kay Renee, earlier today when I woke up, I made a post on social media that said it's amazing that the United States is the only place we're hearing about the vaccination. And
Yes.
within an hour and 30 minutes, you and I both laughed about this in the
I
backstage,
know.
that the UK announced that they now will be giving out the vaccination to everybody. And so now that I hear that another country is doing it, and you know, I don't know. I'm torn. I'm really torn because I do want to get back to normal life again. And so, you know, if they require us to have a vaccination before we can do things, would it change your mind?
um, Before November 3rd, I would have said, I'm going to wait. Now, after November 3rd, and definitely after January 20th, 2021, um, I will consider it, because I will trust our new administration. And we're going to talk about this. This is that word, that 5-letter word, starts with a T, ends with a T, but all
Right.
we're talking about truth.
Right.
So um, I want to continuously be healthy.
Uh-huh.
And I definitely use that word, what art? Discernment. You have
Discernment.
to
Discernment.
you have to have proper discernment on what information that's coming in between these ears.
Yep.
And then at the end of the day, if you're spiritually inclined, if you have a stronger faith, if you're doing the things as a healthy bodied, able-bodied person to do, go to the doctor, getting that checkup,
Right.
you know, you make that decision. But I definitely will want to be vaccinated because I've gotten vaccinated for everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to make sure people like our essential workers, like individuals who are in long-term assisted care facilities,
Yes.
like our older senior population, those
Hmm.
who have pre-existing conditions. I will want to make sure they get taken care of first. Because I
Okay.
want to do everything I can personally, as
Yes.
I've been doing, staying my ass at home,
Yep. Yep.
making sure that I'm protected via mask,
Yep.
washing my hands, practice social distancing, and just, at the end of the day, also have an optimistic outlook, because that's really key as well. Because if you don't have an optimistic outlook, I don't give a damn what can happen.
True.
Things will happen.
Yes,
So,
I agree. Well,
yeah,
Kay Renee, I had been saying all along, I said, now, if any of my normal aches and pains happen to change,
right.
then I am going to go explore more in detail. Other than that,
Exactly.
I'm not getting ready to jeopardize myself. I wake up every day with the same congestion. I wake up every day with the same body ache. This has been
Mhm.
something that you get what I'm saying?
I
So
get
I'm
exactly.
not finna plead COVID over my life. I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
I'm gonna plead healthy and safe. I get up taking vitamins. I get up drinking
Exactly.
fruit juices, things like that. So I don't know. I'm like you. Let everybody else get in where they fit in and get the
Exactly.
vaccination. But I don't
Exactly.
know. I got the flu shot, and I've been getting the flu shot for a number of years. And
Mhm.
knock on wood, I've not been down and out in a couple of years. Not like that. Yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
all right. All right. Good. All right. Well, with that being said, speaking of the UK, our
Yeah.
girl, Queen Elizabeth,
Lizzie.
is looking for a personal assistant.
Yes.
And, honey, when I heard about this, I got hyped. So,
I know
please,
you did.
please, please, Kay Renee, tell us all about this position that the Queen is looking for a personal assistant.
Well, Miss Queen Elizabeth, let me get my little notes here. She is looking for a personal assistant. It will be a 2-year stint beginning January 2021 and ending January 2023. Now,
Wow.
this individual must have excellent, and I mean excellent, communication skills to take pride in their work. But the duties of the assistant will require coordinating calendars, correspondence, meetings, and her appointments. Now, travel will be required, as we know how Queen Elizabeth likes to travel to her different countries that the UK owns. But the one thing that is not required, drama queens don't apply, because there's only one queen in the UK, and that's Queen Elizabeth. So they've already accepted 200 resumes. So apparently, it's a very highly contested position. So I ask you, Chat
Uh,
Daddy, are
uh,
you going to submit that resume to the Queen?
Oh my God. Okay, so first of all, I need to check to make sure. I'm sure it has to be a British citizen that would
They didn't
qualify for
say
the
that,
job.
but
Okay.
maybe, yeah, they didn't say that in the article, but I'm sure that would probably be one of the
Yes. Yes.
requirements. Yeah.
Now, would I apply for the job to work for the Queen of England? Absolutely, I would. That would be the ultimate dream job for me. Yes, it would. And I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
why.
Okay.
I've already worked for enough folks that thought they was the queen and wanted you to treat them like they was the Queen of England,
Mm,
where I really would want to work for the legitimate Queen of England.
amen.
I'm a fan of hers. I'm one of those people that marvel over her. I marvel over the fact that this woman carries a purse that probably has nothing in it, and
Probably not.
if it's anything in it, her picture is on it. You get what
I
I'm
believe it.
saying? Right, right.
Even
So
her car, even her house keys probably got her picture on it. How about that?
right. You understand me? So
Yes.
I would love to be the Queen of England's personal assistant. And I wouldn't bring no drama to her, because I really think if I was the Queen of England's personal assistant, it would be like Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. I kid you not, the Queen would probably live another 100 years if I was
She
her
would.
assistant.
And
I'd have her hair corn rolled and everything.
okay. Now that one, she may talk to you a little bit differently, Art, but it would be an interesting. I think it work. I really think it could work. Maybe
I
you
would
should send your
love to.
resume.
I would love
I'm
to. Are you kidding me? Because
we
it
should
would
do
be
that.
keep in mind that I'm a former flight attendant with
Yes, you are.
first class training.
Yes.
So you know what I'm saying? So somebody like her, that would just be a delight because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to that first class training. So
Mhm.
yeah, oh no, I would love to work for the queen. Like I said, I don't work for enough broke ones that thought they was honey, no.
So
We good.
as our show is globally, so whoever is in the United Kingdom right now, we have a wonderful candidate that would love to serve Queen
Yes,
Elizabeth. So
yes,
if you're listening,
yes, yes, yeah.
contact Arthur, not Arch,
Arthur, Sir Arthur,
Arthur,
Sir Arthur, Sir
Sir
Arthur,
Arthur.
yes, Sir Arthur, yes, Sir Arthur, yes. I love it. I do. I do. That would be just my dream job. It really would be because,
We
like I said, I would just want to because I can only imagine she 100. But again, this chick is on everything. I
Yes, she
wouldn't
is.
forget. I wouldn't forget what's hers. Any of that. Any of
And
that.
think about this, Art. The fact that her granddaughter-in-law, Meghan
Yeah.
Markle, is biracial, you could definitely help bridge that gap
Oh,
as well as
absolutely,
that. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? So
Oh, absolutely.
I think you'll be a great fit. We need to make that happen.
Girl,
We really need to do that.
she'll come out that castle one day. I swear for God, with a sundress on. She'll have a visor tilted. Right. She'll have on her some espadrilles. I'm telling you, she'll come out and she'll be like, you know what? Life is good. Life is good. Yeah, I'm telling you. So, all right, all right. Let's move on. So, yeah, I'm gonna apply for that job with the Queen.
Okay.
Let's see. So Illinois dove out more than one. No, actually, they dove out one third of their Illinois business funds, the PPP money, went to large businesses, $1 million businesses,
I
not
believe it.
small independent people like you and me and a lot of other people we know. This money went to major big businesses here in the
I
state of
believe it.
Illinois. So a
I
lot
believe
of people are now starting to think, is this funny business here in the state of Illinois, especially in a time like this when some people have not been approved for unemployment.
that's
Really,
right.
really, really, without that extra 600, that unemployment is just a deposit.
Exactly.
Other than that, you know, people have had no other real relief, anything like that. And to know these $1 million businesses got that PPP money, a lot of people are not looking at this very well. What do you think?
I think JB is gonna have some, as Ricky Ricardo said, has some splaining to do. And you know what's going on with Mike Madigan and ComEd. So,
Right, right.
this is that's not a good look. And I
Yeah.
know I've applauded JB Pritzker and also our Madam Mayor, Madam Lori Lightfoot, for really uh taking themselves and really being part of this pandemic and being honest. But something like that, they may have some explaining to do on this one because
Oh,
people are gonna be
absolutely.
looking, they're gonna be giving the side eye, like,
Right,
I'm not right
right.
about that.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Because I'm telling you, there are some people that a little bit would have blessed them more than nothing. But
Absolutely.
then you have companies that are making millions of dollars and they're getting all the PPP money. So I don't know. We'll see.
And and didn't you tell, you said in a previous show, excuse me, that 11,000 small businesses in Illinois, I don't know if that's the right number, have permanently closed in this
Oh,
pandemic.
no. We were talking about restaurants.
Oh,
15.
well,
Yeah, restaurants. Yes. Had closed. If
and
not, it may have been businesses too. I just don't remember back to what date. But we've lost a lot of restaurants. We've lost a lot of businesses. You
mhm.
know, the only thing right now that's going is people are not getting put out of their homes and their utilities are not being, you know, turned off. But we are really living in some wild times, and that's
We
throughout
are.
this country. You know.
We are. We are. And so, the vaccine couldn't come fast enough. I know President-elect Biden has talked about, having relief on the way, not only from a medical standpoint, but a financial standpoint. He announced his economic team, I think yesterday, which is
Okay.
definitely very diverse. Janet Yellen he nominated her for Treasury Secretary, and there's a brother who is also part of the economic team. He's of African descent
I
as
saw
well,
that.
as well as a sister. So there's some diversity there. So hopefully they're gonna have to they got to start now, not wait to be nominated. They need to start on a plan right now to help the American people, all local small businesses. Say, look, we need some relief here because I'm
Yes.
sure you read in Canada since the pandemic they've given their Canadian citizens $2,000 a month. They've been doing
Yes.
that
Oh yeah.
since the
Yeah.
pandemic started.
Yes. Yes. If you
2,000 is a lot of money.
if you notice, we've not heard a lot from Canada during
No, we
this
have not.
pandemic. We have not.
And
I actually talked to several. I deal with two publicists up there, and there are a couple of people who have been guests on the show from Toronto, Montreal, and
oh, my favorite cities.
they say if you notice, you don't hear much about Canada in world
No, you
news in this
don't.
pandemic. They've
Nope.
been very quiet. So
And
I
I've always said, all right, I could move to Canada. I've visited majority of the provinces in Canada. And I tell people, if you want to travel somewhere close, go up to Canada, go to Vancouver, go to Montreal, go to Edmonton, go to PEI, Prince Edward Island, Halifax, Nova Scotia. It's beautiful there. So, and I love me some Canada. I mean, I celebrated my 50th in Montreal a few years ago. So they know what they're doing, and they're just very they're different, but they're also respectful. So you're right. You haven't heard anything about Canada, but Mexico, on the other hand, I read somewhere where, right now would not be the best time to travel to Mexico because of the increase of cases. What's up with
Now,
that?
see, wait a minute. See, now I know people that are flocking to Mexico right now for the
I wouldn't do
resorts,
that.
all of that. But then there are a lot of cases that are on the rise here. There are only 3 places now that travel. There are no travel restrictions: Vermont, Maine, and Hawaii. And they just reported today that a husband and wife couple got on a plane in California and flew to Hawaii, and they both had tested positive. And they're talking about arresting these people now, like arresting them. Right. So, and there's nothing in Maine and there's nothing in Vermont. I've been to both places and they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong.
I bet.
But baby, there's nothing there.
It's cold.
Yeah.
It's wintertime. They get
Yeah.
snow. Now Hawaii, I could do that, but that's an 8-hour flight. I have to sit down and not cough, not do anything, have the mask on for 8 hours. I've been to Hawaii, but I would do it if an opportunity. If someone said, Karen, I got first class now, I got to be first class tickets, Honolulu or Maui, I'm like, all right, let me go and get tested and hop on a plane and go to Hawaii because I call it paradise for a reason.
Right. Well, the funniest thing is that, believe it or not, getting flights to and from Hawaii are very dicey now. They're just trying to book them is very dicey right now because they are a healthy place, but they don't want a lot of people to inundate them right now. You get what I'm saying? They want to keep control of how many come in, because keep in mind, most major metropolises, Chicago, New York, San Francisco, Phoenix, those places sometimes have 2 flights a day going to Hawaii.
Right.
So that's a lot of people. I know an airline that had 3 flights a day from LA to Honolulu.
I believe it.
Right. So, you just never know.
Maybe we need to talk to Tyler Perry. He has that private jet. So, we can talk to him. We might can fly out to Hawaii. What do you think?
Okay, that works. And have Oprah come join us. And yeah. Okay.
She has a home in Maui. I saw the home when I was visiting Maui, and it's gorgeous.
It is. It's a beautiful place. It is.
It is.
And one of my favorite places is the Grand Wailea in Hawaii.
Yes.
The Grand Wailea. If you ever get a chance, you want a spa treatment at the Grand Wailea.
I'm gonna put that in my phone. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on with our show. As you guys know, we're a health and wellness and reality news show. We want to remind everyone. Kay Renee, do you have your mask?
Of course. I do.
Yeah.
All right, get it on. Hold on.
So you guys know we are in the middle of a pandemic. Yes, a global pandemic, but the United States has been suffering tremendously since March. A lot of job loss, a lot of just people perishing from COVID-19, a lot of unanswered questions. But in order to help curb the virus, COVID-19, we're being asked to please wear our mask. And so I have my mask. You guys need to put your mask on. Make sure you cover your nose and mouth with your mask. Make sure it's snug and it fits on you well. We also
Mhm.
ask that you please sanitize. If you can, wash your hands with soap and water. Make sure you clean under your nails, do all of that so you don't have any bacteria and germs. If you don't have soap and water, go on, baby. Make that noise with them hands. Yes. Get you some hand sanitizer. Yes. And rub them hands together real good. Make sure you dry your hands. Don't put anything flammable around you until your hands are dry. And social distance. Social distance. They're asking that everybody stand back at least 6 feet from each other. If this is not your immediate family, don't have people in your homes.
That's
And
right.
last but not least, if you're not feeling well, keep your ass at home.
At home.
At home.
Absolutely.
At home. Yep. Yeah, it was so cute. The gentleman from the Salvation Army was on last night. And
Okay.
our guests are in the green room, so I could see him laughing, watching everything. So I said, well, when the man from the Salvation Army come on, I'm not going to say keep your ass in the house. He said, be you. He said, be you. I loved him. He was thank you. Yes. Yes, Captain Hughes. We appreciate you, sir. Captain Corey
That is
Hughes.
great.
He was hilarious last night. He was
I
like, be you. I
bet.
was like, thank you, sir. I was like, well, keep your ass in the house. All right. So welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. Yay. Be kind is
Yes.
what the shirt says tonight. It is hump day. It is also the second day of December 2020. We're
Yes.
actually 23 days away from Christmas. And so tonight we're kicking off our Blessing Small Black Businesses. We're going to have various Black businesses on throughout the month of December. And these businesses are whether you can have it shipped to you or you can enjoy their services online. So
Right.
that way you don't even have to worry about shipping for the holiday, any of that. These are all people who either have Cash App or Zelle, or they have a website where you can pay legally. We've checked out
Exactly.
everybody. And our first guest that we're promoting tonight, she is just amazing. And we look forward to talking to her at 8 o'clock about what she's created and her business and everything. All right.
Absolutely.
So Kay Renee is my co-host. No, she our regular co-host. She just when she ain't here, y'all, please know that the reason she ain't here, somebody else had the co-host. But otherwise, she's always there with us. Oh, Leslie loves the
Oh,
grandma
yes,
as
Miss
well too.
Leslie.
Yep,
Yes.
the grandma Leia. It is one of the most
Oh, and
fabulous
Rota Hannah, she's
hotels.
right. It's
Yes.
gorgeous.
Yes, it
Yes.
is. All right. Well, maybe we can all do a Chat Daddy and K Renee Hawaii trip down the road, like
We,
2023.
that sounds good.
Okay, good.
That
All right.
sounds good.
So, Kay Renee, tonight we're going to talk about telling the truth, and in the promo, let me read what we said in the promo, so I am not
Yeah.
misquoted, so I don't get people off. It's Telling the Truth Wednesday. Should you be
Mhm.
afraid of telling the truth? Tonight, we will discuss why people have become so afraid to raise their voice for honesty and truth, compassion against injustice, lying, and greed. And so tonight, you and I have agreed that we would have this conversation. I did pull up some facts on why
Mhm.
people lie. I even pulled up some facts on why people want to tell the truth. I'm going to let you lead this conversation and I'll get in where I fit in, my darling. Go right ahead.
Okay, let me pull up my notes too. So just give me 1 second, because
Okay. All
for
right.
me, and before I do that, my background is in audit and compliance,
Right.
and so I always look for people when I do an audit to make sure they are truthful. And
Right.
there are certain signs when you can tell. And there's some people that really are really good liars. Unfortunately, I married one. I had married one, but that's another story.
Right.
Um, but to me, when you speak your truth, you have no reason to lie. I mean, when you're truthful, you're authentic, you're honest, and people can be dependable and believe in you. When you start lying, you can't keep up with the lies, first and foremost,
Right. Right.
and people gonna start looking at you funny. I mean, for instance, I'll give you a story. I used to work at a company where I was my former director, while I was on leave, falsified my name on a document that I didn't give credit to. and didn't give. And then when I came back and discovered that, reported this individual, they did nothing. They said, "Oh, he didn't do that." Really? And one thing you know about me, Art,
Integrity,
as you are,
integrity,
I keep
integrity, integrity.
receipts
Yeah,
and integrity.
yeah,
Integrity and honesty and truthfulness, they're all the same. You can't have one without the other.
that's right. That's right.
So, when that happened, that let me know, okay, it's time to make a decision. Because once your integrity, once that truth and that honesty is breached, you have to have that come to Jesus moment within yourself and say, okay, am I going to deal with this, or I'm going to move and live in my truth? And sometimes that is very scary. But
Yes.
Shakespeare said it. The Bible says it. Shakespeare says, to thy own self be true. The Bible says the truth will set you free. So when you speak truth, no, yes, it may sting.
Wait a minute.
Yes,
The Bible said the truth will set you free.
the truth will set you free.
Girl, I thought Reverend Ike coined that term.
That's in the Bible, honey. I
Oh,
don't know the exact quote, exact scripture, but the
that's all
truth
right.
will set
But
you
no,
free.
I know I believe you, but that's what Reverend Ike used to say as
Yes,
well, too. I used to love Reverend Ike.
I
So
know.
okay, yes, all right, too funny. Well,
Yeah,
Kay Renee, I'm gonna give you the 7 major reasons why people lie. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so the number one reason that people lie is to preserve their self-image. That's the number one reason.
I believe that.
The next reason is personality disorder, pathological or compulsive lying. So they just suffer from that. That is a disorder that they have. They can't help it, and
But,
it is what it is.
but wait. Now it's funny you made that statement because we know the main compulsive pathological liar that we've had for the last 4 years. So obviously we know he has now we know he has a sickness.
Okay. Well, we've been saying that he has a sickness. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Because now
Yeah,
even the media is saying about these election results, the lying President Donald Trump. I mean, we know the man has an illness, but okay, let's put the shoe on another foot. With
right.
me being someone who stands up for those with disabilities that can be seen, non-seen, or acquired, people do develop different anxieties or disorders, and it's not that they are not functional. It's just a matter of how are we treating this. I don't necessarily know if we needed a president that had all of this particular stuff going on. That look, girl, that's where the problem came in. Right.
I plead the fifth on that, but continue. Oh, I
All
love
right.
that, Debbie. That's right. It's not what you think about me, is what I think about you. That's
That's
Reverend I
right,
can say that
Reverend
too.
Ike. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. And Leslie said he has a mental disorder. Yeah, the man
that
probably
too.
does. I mean,
He
here's
does.
the deal. He suffers with, being a pathological liar, compulsive lying. I mean, we get that. We get that. And as Leslie said, in my non-professional opinion, I'm not quoting any of this as a doctor. Matter of fact, next
Right.
Wednesday night, our entire show is dedicated to dealing with the holidays, mental health. We'll talk about all that next Wednesday night on the show. So
Absolutely.
here's the next thing. It is to protect a relationship or someone else's feelings. And I think a lot of people go through that. Family
Yes.
members,
Yes.
lovers, spouses, children.
Yes.
That is one that I think a lot of people that cuts close. It
It
because
cuts
it's a
deep.
person. Right. What do you
And
think?
I will be guilty. I have done that. And afterwards I felt like crap. So believe me, ladies and gents, it has happened to me. I will be honest in saying that, but that's why I try not to do that, because when the ramifications and the consequences when you do that, there's like a boomerang effect. It affects you in addition to affecting that other person. So
Right. Yeah.
yes.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Makes good sense. We have more comments up here on the screen. Keep up
Yes.
his image. Yep. Uh-huh. All it was
Mhm.
about was appearance. Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
people do it. I mean, let's look at a 20 to 29-year-old.
Yes.
They're young, they hot, they coming into their sexiness. They do what they need to do at that age. By the time they get to 30, if they're not married or great job or whatever, things start to change. That's
Yes.
when they start to learn to be slicker about what they learned in their 20s. You know, I mean,
Exactly.
it's just the progress of life. It just it's
Right.
an age thing, it's the mental capacity, it's all of that.
Wait, and it's funny you mentioned that because, like I said, we tell the truth, and I'm going to tell the truth. There was a gentleman that I dated, and he was very good looking,
Uh-huh.
European Caucasian man.
Uh-huh.
Now, here's the deal, Art. He lied about his age. He said he was in his 50-ish.
Uh-huh.
Not so. He was close to 70-ish.
Oh.
And when I discovered that, because I'm nosy, I'll snoop. I saw it and I said, excuse me, what is this? He had a German, he was from Germany, but he lived in the States, lived in Chicago for many years.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, he was flustered. He said, but I said, why did you lie to me? Well, I knew if I told you the truth, you wouldn't date me. I said, but you didn't give me the opportunity.
So let me ask you this. How did he look?
I mean, he was 6'4". He was very distinguished. He beautiful home in the northern suburbs of Chicago. I mean, wonderful. I mean, I loved being with him. I mean, we had so much in common. For instance, we watched MacGyver. I love MacGyver. We would watch MacGyver all night long. We got along very well. But I said, something ain't right. And is that what? Discernment. Something that stirs in your body saying, something ain't right with this picture. So it happened one weekend while he was making me breakfast. I happened to see his driver's license. And I said, what the hell? I confronted him. I said, why'd you lie to me about your age? He's like, you would never have dated me if I told you the truth. I said, you didn't give me the chance. I said, I was always upfront and honest with you about everything. And you gonna lie to me about your age? Really?
And so you ended the relationship because of his age?
I did.
Really?
Because he lied about it. Because to me, if you're going to lie about your age, you're going to lie about other stuff.
Girl, look, I'd have moved that man up to sugar daddy status and called it a goddamn day. I'd have been pissed. Oh, I ain't mean to cuss like that, y'all. But look, I'd have moved his ass to sugar daddy status.
I didn't give you a call, Art, because you could have schooled me. But
I'd have been sitting there talking about, sweetie, you got any more preserves in the refrigerator? I need a little more to eat, baby. Look, girl, I'd have shit. Again, I'm sorry, y'all. I look. You done excited me. Are you kidding me? Honey, I'd have pushed him into sugar daddy status like, ugh.
And sadly, he's made his transition because I was thinking about him recently. I said, I wonder what's up with JR. Looked him up. He had died 2 years ago at 85.
Well, I'd have been weeping at that funeral like one of the three little pigs. I'd have been wee. I'd have just, honey, I'd have been crying like one of the three little pigs. Do you understand me? I'd been so hurt. I'd have just been wee. We didn't
talk regularly then, Art, because I sure would have called you and said, what should I do about this situation?
Right. Look, I now see the new show on here is me helping people get them a date. Cause look, I don't turn down no opportunity. Do you understand me? He lied and told you he turned out to be 70. Please, this little piggy would have had benefits and policies. Do you understand me? This little piggy would have been staying at home. Right. This little piggy would have been just fine.
And we went, I mean, I'm telling you, it was like we were an old married couple. We just enjoyed each other's company. I really enjoyed him. But it was like, if you lie about this, what else you gonna lie about? I just like, man, I just, that part of me just, when I lose respect for a person when they lie, that's a done deal for me. That's one of my deal breakers.
So we need to do a whole show one night on what is a bigger lie than you get what I'm saying? Because see, really, something like that, I'd been like, oh, you trying to be spunky and funky with your old ass, right? Now you know you're gonna have to pay for that, right? You know you're gonna have to pay for that. I mean, just I don't know. Maybe I'm telling too much.
No, that's you being you and authentic.
Right,
and that's at that point in my life, I was looking, for that authenticity. So had that. It was
Oh,
like, no.
honey, I look, okay, well, this is a whole show in itself. So let's digress from that because we was trying to talk about why people tell lies. So
Right.
let me not you messed up a sugar daddy opportunity. That's I just boy, I'm gonna have to school you, sis.
I know. I know.
All right, so let's leave that there. All right, so the
Okay.
next reason why people lie, oh, here we go, to protect a relationship or someone else's feeling. So that's
See?
what sugar daddy was trying to do for you.
I know.
That's what he was trying to do. Okay.
I know.
Another thing is people want to negate or evade conflict and not own up to something. Is why
Yes.
people want to lie. That's
That's
why they want
right.
to lie. Yes. All right. So now truth telling is important because it helps people to grow. So if you are somebody that did lie, somebody that did fabricate at some point in your life, you do want to repent. You do want to change your circumstances and your outcomes. And so let me give you a couple of reasons of why people now want to tell the truth. The truth will always come out. And I agree on that. The older I get, baby, the older I get, the more I've been a witness to that, to the point that I call it karma. I've actually seen more karma happen than I've seen. You get what I'm saying? Like I've seen people lie to my face or not care or be concerned about my problem or issue, and I've seen karma take care of them. So that's why I'm a firm believer in karma. I am on that one.
You and me both.
Right. Another thing, it will make things worse for you. So if you don't start telling the truth, it will make things worse. And I agree 100%. If I had not started saying something was wrong and telling people something was wrong, people would have never helped me because they always thought everything was
fine. That's right. That's right. Yeah. I'm a witness to that too.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. What else you want to add to that?
Let's see. I think hold on one second, because I had you on here. Hold on. Oh, so here's some things. The next time you want to shrink and tell a lie, try this instead. There are 4 things.
Okay.
Ask yourself why you don't want to be truthful.
Ooh. Now, is that from a male perspective or from a female perspective?
Oh, that's why you don't want to be truthful.
Okay, but
that's deep.
Now, but let's look at women. Let's look at women, K. Renee.
Okay.
Nowadays, women wear false eyelashes, so that's really not your eyelashes. A lot of women are wearing false hair, so that's really not your hair. A lot of these women are going and having behinds and breasts and curves and things. Look, they went from having a gut bucket to now having the bucket lifted up, shaped into a booty. So women, first of all, don't come natural or real to begin with.
I'm gonna share something with you. Now, you always talk about my hair, and I do have good natural hair, but I've been wearing extensions for a while. And a man will ask me, "Oh, you look at your hair; it's gorgeous. Is that a weave?" I said, "I sure is. I paid for it good and ready." Now, anything else? And then once I use humor, it kind of deflects the next thing. They're like, "Oh, wow, okay." I mean, you can use humor when you don't want to be. If you're gonna think about lying, think of another way to communicate.
So let me ask you this: do guys ask you if your hair is a weave?
Oh yes, I've had guys ask me about my hair, nails, eyes, all that.
How does it come up? Like, are you all having cocktails at the Chili's, and all of a sudden he go, "Well, baby, what on you ain't right?" Or
I mean, not all guys. I should say it doesn't come up all the time in regular conversation. Let me just state that. But if I have a unique hairstyle where it's really long and luscious, and then especially if I don't want them touching it, like, "Oh, is that a weave?" I'm like, "This is good hair." Only person touching it is me and my cosmetologist, and then that ends the conversation. Like, wow, she's funny, but she told me the truth. What else can I say?
Oh my God!
So
boy, oh boy! I love it.
Superficial, superficial lies don't count.
Okay, so what else is on your list? What else on your list?
What's the emotion that's driving you to be untruthful, i.e., fear, sadness, loneliness? So there's something behind it that why you want to think about lying.
Yeah,
Unless you
yeah,
have that disorder where you just a compulsive liar, you just lie for the sake of lying.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
And then this one is interesting. Spend time with this emotion. See it for what it really is.
Okay, okay.
And then I love this one. Bless it, thank it, let it go.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then
That's interesting.
finally, then tell your truth. Speak
Okay,
your truth.
okay.
Because it's interesting when you speak your truth, people will see it. They see it in your inflection, your tone. They look at it, your facial expression. They
Mm-hmm.
know when you speak in truth.
Right, right. You're right. You're absolutely right about that. Okay, so now Debbie Green has put up a series of things that I think that are absolutely wonderful questions, and
Right.
these are questions that women do ask a lot, and I'm gonna kind of give feedback on this one. All right,
Okay.
are you married? That
Yes.
is a question I feel that yes, everybody should ask that in this day and age. Everybody, needs to respect that, all of that. Yes,
Exactly.
are you married? So
Yes.
that's not a bad question.
Right.
The next question she put up here, are you working? In this day and age, I don't think that's a bad question. I
It's
just
not.
think that women need to kind of realize that trying to find that guy that's the head engineer of some building, the gentleman, that has the good city job, all that may not be in their reach anymore. They may meet an
Right.
artist, they may meet a musician, they may meet
Right.
a guy who's a hustler, whatever the case may be. So I think a lot of women, can you afford to be in a relationship needs to be the question, and
That's the question.
not about
Are
getting
you
your bills
working?
paid. Right. The
Exactly.
reason why a lot of these guys are just done with relationships is you women want to know, can they take over your bills too? You created them goddamn
That's
them damn
right.
bills. Sorry, sorry, and I ain't drinking number water
No,
tonight. Yeah,
no.
yeah.
What
I'm
what
sorry.
what is this segment called?
Right,
Telling the truth. You
right,
telling your truth. That's
right,
right. That's
right,
very true.
right.
So
Okay.
don't women that you get upset about that. You need to take a look in the mirror and check yourself.
Okay, now Debbie put another question up here that I think is really interesting. Are you on the
Ooh,
down low? Are you on the
that,
down low?
now I'm gonna tell
Okay,
you that one
right.
a man may lie about. He ain't gonna tell that truth. You
Yeah,
have to.
but here we are in 2020, and I'm gonna say this, before this pandemic, most people, that down low game is not as what it used to be. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Men, we live in a world now. Keep in mind that not, if you and I couldn't come out and be comfortable, our children and grandchildren now have no problem being who they want to be.
Right. That's true.
So that now gives other people the chance and opportunity to say, listen, I want me a dude, I'm gonna be comfortable about it, I'm good with it. The down low thing, you have to question as many women about that as you would men. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of women out here doing stuff that people would be very
Case
surprised about.
case in point. Ellen, who now is called Elliot Page. I'm sure
Yes,
you heard that.
yes, yes.
He is now known as Elliot Page, who is transgender, but she was born Ellen Page. She's from
Right,
Canada, Halifax to be
right.
exact.
Yeah,
So I was looking at the news like, who the hell is this? I'm like, oh, wow. So you're right. In this day and age, that question does need to be asked. And I think it's
right.
more maybe when we were their age, it wasn't as comfortable. Now everyone is trying to have some comfort level
Yeah.
asking those questions.
Yeah, in this day and age, you can ask people, how you get down, what you get down about, and
Mhm.
really, thank God it wasn't the relationship for you or the person for you,
Right.
but don't beat around the bush. Everybody, to me, you got a gaydar. I'm so sick of people. Oh, I didn't know. Where the hell you been? We live in a
Right.
world now where everybody should understand something here might be a little
Exactly.
different. You get what I'm saying? So I I want that particular era in our life to kind of die down and move on. We talked about that on World AIDS Day yesterday, that, you know, the number of gay friends I lost prior to because of AIDS, a lot of that was because, you know, people were experimenting and trying things and you know, so you don't know, and it's been mind-boggling to say the least. But yes, absolutely,
I believe it. So I'm hoping this will help all of you to tell the truth. There was a game show called To Tell the Truth. So now you need to incorporate that in your life. Telling the truth, it's liberating when you can.
it is.
Sometimes it can be painful because some people, you know, that quote from All Good Men, Jack Nicholson said, "You can't handle the truth."
You can't handle the truth. Right.
You're gonna have to handle the truth. I mean, think about now, we're in a COVID world. People are like, well, I'm not getting tested. Well, if you don't get tested, then you go out there spreading, being a super spreader, a petri dish. You got to be honest about that. You know, the thing when I was dating, oh, ask
Debbie, honey, I'm gonna have to wait. Debbie, I'm gonna have to elevate your dating, Debbie. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to start a show for you. I ain't never had to ask nobody that. Thank you, Lord. No. I ain't never.
Me too.
I ain't never had that, but I do know people that woke up and wallet was missing,
right?
Bank account was gone, debit card, all of that.
All that.
Thank you, Father. I ain't never had that. Yes. All right.
Exactly.
Very good. All right. She put up there, do you want children?
Now, you know, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to be telling this truth. When I got married, I had hoped, I asked this question of my ex-husband. He was like, yes, I want kids. Towards the end of our marriage, he said, you know, I never wanted kids with you. You were not, you know, a good mother. And that was like a dagger in my heart when he said it. I was like, Negro, if I had known this prior to, we would not have been married, among other things. But that, to me, because I love kids, I wanted to have kids, and that was important to me. You know, you know, you want to do the right things when you ask these questions, and you hope that the partner that you selected to be your life partner will be honest. Right. Unfortunately, you find out through time that honesty was not reciprocated. So that's important as well if you want children.
Yeah, it is. I'm at my point in my life right now that I want you to have grown children.
Yes.
I want you to have, you know, if your children have grandchildren, I want them to be the kind of grandchildren that only come visit for special occasions. But no, I'm not interested in none of that. So Debbie asked other questions like, do you love me? Do you get high? And both of those are both hilarious questions. But, you know, it's so many things. Debbie, we're going to have you on one night just for 100 questions.
She needs to be on the show.
We love Debbie. Debbie has been following me since my radio days, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my goodness. So, Debbie, you need to come on the show, honey.
Yes.
I would love to have you on the show.
Yes.
But,
wait a minute. I can't wait. Yes, we definitely, Coach, I owe you a phone call anyway. So yeah, we'll talk about it. Yes, beautiful.
If a man, put that back on the screen. What was the question?
If a man wants to tell you that he's divorced, is that viewed negatively?
No. To me, it's not. Because when men ask me, you know, what's your marital status? I say, I'm happily divorced. They're like, what? Happily divorced. Now, if a man says that to me, I'm like, okay. Then it prompts other questions. I think we need to have a show, Chat Daddy, because you are the king of chat, especially relationships.
Thank you, darling.
How to ask the right questions when dating. See, a lot of women and men don't ask the right questions. When you ask the right questions, it garners more questions. But then that's how you develop that level of discernment. Right. To see whether or not they're lying or they're being authentic in their truth. I think that should be a topic that you should have, that people need to ask the right question. That whether it's for an interview for a job. I mean, you think about it, when you're talking to someone, you're interviewing them. That's true. Regine said, interviewing life partners. Well, you are interviewing.
Yes,
you need to have that level of discernment.
You do. All right. Well, you're right. You're absolutely right. All right. So we hope that we've been able to help you guys understand the importance of telling the truth and why truth telling is what will set you free.
Amen.
If you do have to tell a lie, then I guess we'll eventually have a show on how to dress that lie up, so at least you can perpetrate the lie. But, right, right. It's just, I don't know, child. We live in such a crazy world. Everybody's saying great topic. Everybody loved that last segment. It really was. And then Patricia Arnold does have a great one. Do you have a good relationship with your ex-girlfriends? That's another situation. Like,
yes, or ex-wife,
yeah,
Yes.
if any of my exes ever had anything negative to say, I would just be so shocked, because I guarantee you I wasn't the negative part of the relationship. You get what I'm saying? Right.
You know what?
Right.
I can honestly say, if my, because we're not speaking, so I don't know whether or not he would have anything to say. But if he had anything nice to say, he'll say she makes the best sweet potato pies. Period.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with
I'll
that
take
being
that.
said, we will have more dialogue like this. This was great.
Yeah.
Coming up on the Thursday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show, our good friend Kay Renee, she is back in the in the co-host seat. She's at work again tomorrow. Look, we can afford another $1 to pay her
That's
tomorrow.
right. Another
So
$1.
right, we can give her another $1 tomorrow, and she will come back and sit in the co-host chair. And with tomorrow being Relationship Thursday, we have a special guest joining us tomorrow night. Kay Renee actually booked this segment. Kay Renee, tell us all about who will be joining us tomorrow evening on the show.
I am so excited that she is going to come. Her name is Miss Keisha Dixon, and she is known as the tapping queen. And basically, she helps you tap into those resources to help you generate wealth and to help you live your best life. But the one thing I really want her to talk about, this article that she posted called STD. Now, a lot of y'all think, what the hell is STD? What's she talking about? And I'm gonna give you the meaning: sexually transmitted debt. Now,
wait now. I was putting my hat on my head. You said sexually what now?
Sexually transmitted debt.
Sexually transmitted
debt.
As in bad credit. I done spent too much on champagne. I done took the fool on a trip to Paris and got no sex while I was there. Am I telling my business on this show tonight? I am. So yes, I do get that. And so tomorrow night we're going to talk about sexually transmitted debt.
I love it.
I can't wait. I cannot either. I cannot.
It's provocative and informative, and she's going to give you just techniques on how to deal with certain things when it comes to money, because all of us are dealing with this issue. 20 million people are out of work and need financial relief. So I'm sure all of us, myself included, has had that STD and how to deal with that. So I'm excited to have Miss Keisha on tomorrow night.
Okay, I'm excited. And then the South Side of Chicago welcomes a new restaurant, but due to the fact that we're in the midst of COVID-19, Nipsey's, which is a new restaurant on South Stony Island, the owner will be by tomorrow night to talk to us about what is happening at Nipsey's and how you guys can order food to go until he's able to open up. But he's in the old Leona's. He's redone the place. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm just so sad we're not able to go do in-dining experiences, but with me being a new resident to the South Side, I'm just excited to be able to have some place that I can get off the air and go once we are able to eat in restaurants, sit down and have me a meal and a great cocktail, handcrafted cocktails, all of that. Yes,
I would be excited to see it, because I would every year. My late uncle, who loved Leona's, I would take him there. In fact, I took him there for his last birthday lunch at Leona. So whenever we able to go in and do in-person dining, I want to see the decor, see how it looks, and hopefully the owner can have, maybe some side dishes that, he can present to the audience.
Well, your doorbell may ring tomorrow. We'll see. Your doorbell may ring.
All right.
Little small air while we talking to him. So how about that? Okay. All right. Well, our last and final guest this evening, we are so honored to welcome her. As I found social media, bless African American owned businesses with some exposure. This has been a rough year. The holiday season, it's short. We're 23 days away from Christmas. Ingenious. And so this wonderful hat that I have on right now, you guys know I love to wear beanies and hats when I don't have my dreads all decorated or whatever. And this is called Headlightz with a Z, and these are rechargeable LED beanies. And K Renee, when I say to you, baby, look at this bright. You
look good.
Girl, look. You honey, you know I like good light on me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna have a habit, girl, of doing this when I go places.
There you go.
It's me, y'all. It's me. And it's three different settings. The woman who created this actually has a wonderful story to tell about why she created it. She's been on The View. She's been on Home Shopping Network. You name it. She's a major superstar. And we're honored to have her tonight to help kick off our holiday blessing. And that's what this is. Ladies and gentlemen, and her company is Roq-Innovation, and it's Raquel Graham. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome her to the show. Yay! Yay! Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm excited.
Oh, we are so excited to have you here this evening with us. And honey, when I got this, I look, I love a good light on me. I do. I really look. And it's mugging season too. It's mugging season. So everywhere I go, I'm gonna be having on my hat like, you better stay off of me. Yes,
right. That's
so
right.
Raquel, you are a Chicagoan. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you even just started this business. We are so honored to have you with us this evening.
Sure. Thank you. Well, I'm originally from New York, but I've been here for almost 20 years now.
Oh, honey, you're a Chicagoan. You're a Chicagoan.
Yeah, I'm a Chicagoan.
You're a Chicagoan.
Yeah. So, my story is, it's such a long road. But I used to be the marketing director, actually, when I moved here from New York at Ebony Magazine. And so a lot of people don't know that. I ran all of the marketing for Ebony for 8 years. I don't know if you remember Taste of Ebony. That was my event. So I came at a time when I was trying to refresh the brand. That's what I was brought in for. So I had like the Oscar parties and things like that.
Yep.
Those were the events that I produced. So when I realized that the publishing industry was kind of on the decline because of the internet, I decided that I kind of didn't think Ebony was going to be around for a while. And I was thinking of what my next move would be. And so I went to business school. And I was trying to get pregnant, couldn't get pregnant for 2 years. So I decided to go corporate route, go to business school. And month one of business school at Northwestern, I became pregnant. And of course, right, after 2 years, and then all of a sudden. Wow. And so basically within 18 months, I had a new baby, a new degree, and I had decided to build a house because I wasn't going to have a baby, right? So it was just a completely different track. Of course, my baby comes and I'm like, I don't want to go corporate track because I had already had one. So this was my second. And I said, well, now I want a job where I can spend more time with my family, which is the complete opposite of what I had planned to do with corporate. And so I left Ebony and I was trying to figure out, I did some consulting for McDonald's, et cetera. And then the polar vortex hits. The polar vortex hits. And I can't believe I don't have one with me. I don't want to get off screen because it's in my living room. But the polar vortex hits and my kids, who were very young at the time, what were they, like 5 and 9? They double down. They don't want to wear scarves. It's like mayhem. And at that age, it's like WrestleMania every morning. It's just craziness. And I'm like, we can't do this every day. This is ridiculous. And so I came up with my first product was really called Next. NEKD. And it's a scarf alternative that just has it's like an instant turtleneck, but it doesn't go over your head, and it's adjustable. That's how my company started. It took off. My first account, I landed on the top 40 NCAA colleges, and then I was found by HSN, and I went on air, and I sold out in 20 minutes. Right? So then the next year, so now Headlightz came about because I run, and in the winter it gets dark at 4, and it was just, you know, I needed, 1, to keep my head warm, 2, to be able to see where I was going, but also for people to be able to see you, right? I run in the 30s right on the lakefront. And so, you know, so sometimes there were cop cars and bicycles that you're sharing the path with. So I created this hat, went on HSN, and this year it is the 4th year, and we've sold out every year.
Wow.
Every year. So I'm really proud because I'm one of the few African-American small owned businesses. There are not many of us that are on the network. This is my 5th year, and I love it. I have a show tomorrow. I think I have a show tomorrow. I just got my schedule. What's tomorrow? It's been so crazy because we just did Good Morning America on Thanksgiving.
Yes, you did. Yes.
I did Good Morning America and HSN. They were both at the same. I did a show, and then Good Morning America came on. It's been really fantastic. So what I do is, you know, my company. So Roq is my nickname. So that's where Roq-Innovation came from. And basically, what I do, honestly, I create products for me from the frustrations in my life. They're all problem solving, and how it works is that if I encounter a problem, if I look online and I don't find it, then I make it.
Oh my God.
That's it.
I love it.
So wait. How does it go? Listen, now, you know, how does it go from that lofty idea to, honey, here it is, and I love it?
That's an excellent question, because that's the hard part, right? The hard part is, you know, I don't know that I've met anybody who has not had an idea that they just may not have pursued it, but in the back of everybody's mind, they have said, you know what, there should be why is there not a, whatever it is, right? Whatever the, right? So that's kind of like what I do, except I go for it. And so it starts with, you know, my advice to entrepreneurs all the time. It's the same formula. You've got to get out of your head and start moving.
Yep.
It could be small steps. And that's really a philosophy for life. You know, whatever change, it's going to, like, whatever you, right? But a lot of people, I call it analysis paralysis. They analyze it, why it can work, what, you know, but not a step in the world. Just everything, you're in your head. You know, I've seen people talk themselves out of stuff that they've never even tried because, right? And I'm a strong believer. I believe this, you know, more than anything, the universe will support you.
Yes.
When you try. You'd be surprised. And sometimes you start off one way and the universe points you just in a different direction. It's just a redirection. It's not like it's not saying that your idea was bad, but you begin to learn, and you can't learn unless you do it. So what I do is, for necks, I cut and I used glue and stapled it together because I don't sew. I don't have a fashion background. I'm a marketing strategist, went to school for economics. So none of this, I'm not in retail. None of it is in my background. And then I sent it to a friend in New York to sew. We came up with a couple iterations, and I put it on my kids. And the winner was the one, you know, they would rip their scarves off. But the one, I had a version, when they came home, they never took it off. Like they kept it on in the house.
Right, because it was that comfortable.
Right.
That's it, right.
That's it. And then I created one in leopard for myself, because I wear black all the time. This is just for Zoom to have some color. But ordinarily it'd be black or probably a black turtleneck. So I had created a leopard one, and everyone was crazy about it because and then it went into faux fur. So how it works is you can dress it up, dress it down, but you always have I love having my neck covered. I need my neck covered, right? But I don't always necessarily want to wear a turtleneck, right? So, you know, I didn't have the background. And so when I created that iteration, and this is the perfect example of what I'm talking about with the universal do. So what I explained was that the product was for my kids, right? To this day, I have very little traction with kids. It took off in fashion, which I did not care about. That's not where I was trying to go. But what you will learn is you'll take the opportunity where it is, you leverage that, and then I can always circle back to kids, right? But some people, entrepreneurs, just people in general, if it's not the way that you want, then you kind of just don't want to deal with it. And that's not how the world works. You know, you get in where you can fit in, grow, take the opportunity, and then you can always come back.
That's right.
Right. And so that's what I did. Now with the hat sold out so quickly. What I did was I created a whole line. So it was just the knit hat, right? Then, of course, I had left it in the living room. I created a fleece version. I created a headband. I sent you the headband.
Yes.
I created a lightweight mesh version. I'm coming out with another version that's year round. And so this is what I mean. So it started off as one product. Now I created a whole line because the concept was popular.
Well,
and when I started, that was not the goal. You know what I mean?
Right.
But and here's the opportunity. I saw it, and now I'm just, expanding it.
Well,
who inspires you?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, who inspires you, Raquel? First of all, I love your name because that's part of my alter ego. But who really inspires you to just continue being the best Raquel ever?
Well, I mean, there are different categories. There's obviously the super obvious would be Oprah, right? Not to mention that we made her O list. So the product was on that.
All right.
I very much am in love with Michelle Obama.
Yes.
When it comes to business, Sarah Blakely, who is the founder of Spanx, all day long.
Okay.
Let's see. Of course, President Obama.
Yeah.
I think that's it for now. But I'm very drawn to people in business. I study companies. I study Jeff Bezos. I've been watching Jeff Bezos grow Amazon since it was just college. It was just a college book. He just sold college books.
Right.
A lot of people don't even realize that that's how Amazon started. So for me, I'm very drawn to growth, innovation, things like that. But I'm always looking for and then I love athletes as well, because I think that I love watching people that are down and then they push through and they achieve. Like, I just love that whole cycle, those that weren't supposed to win, but do, the LeBrons of the world. I mean, I can't get enough of that. Like, I could just watch that all day long.
I do too. I love that.
Yeah.
I do. Okay, Renee, this just reminds me of the conversation we had earlier this morning, and not knowing that our guest tonight would just drop so much wisdom on us that really, Raquel, this has been a masterclass for us, because we had a very early morning conversation where we both, our hands were tied. We were ready to give up. We had to motivate, inspire, and encourage each other.
Right.
We really thought you were going to talk about some beanies, tell us a little bit about your life, but you really have fed our soul this evening. And we are really, I'm going to be able to sleep well tonight from this conversation. I'll be able to sleep well tonight.
Well, part of, I just think that first of all, being an entrepreneur, anyone who tells, even your show here, right? I view people very differently when I know that they're an entrepreneur or anything that they've done, that they've gone out on a limb on their own. I know immediately they're built a different way, not better. And I always have to stress this with folks, because I'm not I do a lot of panels and a lot of speaking, and this gig right here is rough.
Right.
Okay. It looks sexy. I'm on TV and
right.
Let me tell you, my publicist Chelsea had to call. I was like, Chelsea, call me to make sure I'm on time. Right now, I'm in the warehouse. I am buried. So she called me. I'm like, just got home, feeding the kids. I'm rip off my shirt, put on something, and I'll get. So I called her early. I was like, do I need makeup? Is this a Zoom or is it not? Like, which one is?
Right. Yeah.
Right. But my point is, so even when I'm on, when people ask me for advice or when I'm on a panel, I'm not so quick to say to everybody, take the leap, do it. And the reason why I don't is because it's really not for everybody. Just like our champions like Melody Hobson and, you name it, in Ken Chenault of, who used to run American Express.
Yes.
Too, right? And I don't know, for them to have done what they have done in that corporate construct, thank God for them, right? So it's not for everybody. It's, it's not for everybody. You must motivate yourself. There are very high highs, and good Lord, the lows are low. But I love it. I tell folks, I don't like people telling me what to do. There's my number one motivation. Honestly, I don't like people telling me what to do.
I'm gonna get me a tambourine for Christmas on this show. I told you, that's a tambourine moment. I get it, right? I feel as if I'm a genius, but let me do what I do, and you not criticize, pick on me. If I do something wrong, correct me if I do something wrong. If I'm inappropriate, any of that. But otherwise, let me be a star. And that's what that's been my frustration for years.
Right. So, and that's what I'm saying, to go out and to do this, to create a show, to do, it speaks to, even any, I don't care if it's small or whatever, but when I see people, and you can ask just about anybody, I mean, I give advice. I'll help anybody. It doesn't matter to me. I want to share my information. If it saves you 3 years on what I've done, then fine. If this is the route you think you want to go, I will absolutely give advice, but it's just not for everybody. It's just a tough gig and it's a long road. It takes longer than you think. It takes more money than you'll ever think.
Yeah.
But I love it. I get to spend as much time as I need to with my kids, right? It means I work super longer hours, but I can go to their games. I can go to, I just know I may not sleep that night, but at least I'm there for So everyone
that's your why.
That's my why.
That's your why. That's your why. And I'm hoping, Raquel, that you're going to have, because we're authors here, I'm hoping you're going to tell us at some point when you're going to come out with your book or something.
That's so funny that you say that. I plan to, because there's so many more layers. When you're going to do a show on health, 3 years ago, I almost died. I had a stroke. I had lung failure. I had heart failure. Yeah, I caught a very rare. I was misdiagnosed for 3 months with something called blastomycosis, which is fungal pneumonia. And they missed it, and they kept treating me for regular pneumonia. By the time, very long story, but it leaked into my ankle. I couldn't walk. That's what saved my life. It was something that migrated, And anyone who's listening, if you're in Chicago, you breathe it in every day. So no need to fear.
Wow.
It's almost like pollen, except it just, and I'm a runner, right? So I breathe it in all the time. Anyway, misdiagnosed, it went south. It consumed my lungs, but I was still functioning, because that's another panel, right? What black, right? Push through, you just pushing through.
Yes.
And it leaked into my leg. I couldn't walk, which is what sent me to the emergency room. And they found blood clots. So basically my body was shutting down. It was shutting down. When I finally got there, they said, we see the pneumonia on your chest. We're not worried about that. We can fix that. We're worried about this leg. Long story short, the next day, full sepsis, the following day, full stroke. And what happened was it had basically contaminated my entire body. And so the medication, they had to treat it like cancer, and gave me some really powerful medication until they could figure out exactly what it was to give me the medicine for it. Took I had lung failure twice. I was on a ventilator for a month. So now with this whole COVID situation, I know what it's like to be on a ventilator. I had a 20% chance to live. Luckily, I'm back, I'm back, I'm good. Like, I'm fine. But that part of that, invite me on that panel, because
you don't have to worry.
The only reason why I made it was because I was healthy. Like I was, meaning prior to that, I'm a runner. I work out. And some people have a philosophy, which is like, I could just walk out and get hit by a car. That's true. But the other way to think about it is it's hard to kill strong people too. Right?
Yep.
So
say it again.
It's hard to kill strong people, right?
That's
right.
right.
So you want to do that. And I am telling you, my doctors marveled. I was not supposed to make it. I was not, my lungs, but they said, because I was a runner, I had extra lung capacity that held me through until the medicine started to kick in. Any ounce of anything, I was gone. And, they don't tell you that when you're going through it, but after, because I had to go even when I left the hospital, I had to go to the doctor 4 times a week, because it was every organ had to be tested to see if it was going to go back, And I mean, I made it, but you talk about this was just 3 years ago.
That was God, Raquel. God was with you all the way, and he continues to be with you. You are definitely a miracle in action right now.
So when I tell people that story, they're like, please write a book. Please write a book about it. It's been a journey.
Well,
it's been a journey.
On this show, we're all about miracles. This show is based on a miracle. Believe it or not, most of the guests, if you go back and check out any of the past shows, people just come on here and really share miracles. And that's what we love more than anything.
Right.
A guest on your level, we also give you a title before you leave. You have been deemed our fairy godmother on this show. So
I love it, and I accept it.
Yes, we have never given that title out. We were talking earlier about the Queen of England is looking for an assistant, and I wanted to go apply for that. But now that we've elevated you to fairy godmother, I need to figure out what can I do to help you with your business, because I'm gonna tell you why your product is so great. I have a big head and I have dreadlocks. This hat is so comfortable. It is not pulling. It is not. Look. And the best thing, last night I had it on and fell asleep in it. Got up to go to the bathroom last night and was able to and did not sprinkle on the seat, because I can see. I can see. So I look.
But it's so much fun, honestly, listening to all the reasons why people use it. you know, because it's gone. And all jokes aside, it's not even just recreation anymore. So, you know, you have the recreational piece, right? Running, you know, sledding, blah, 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 blah. But there's the safety piece, right?
Exactly.
The safety piece is in my B-roll when I'm on TV. I show a man changing a tire at the side of the road. It's great that he can see the tire, but people driving by need to see him.
Can see
right?
Exactly.
Dog walkers. Oh my God. Because they have to jostle with a flashlight when they're picking up after the dog. I mean, kids can wear it. Walking back and forth. There's no downside to having the light on so people can see you with people texting and driving. You know what I mean? The uses are like
endless.
Men love it for fishing and snow blowing and shoveling and, you know, just if it's dark, this is what I say. If it's dark and it's cold, why wouldn't you need it?
And all you have to do is plug it into your computer, plug it into an adapter in the wall, plug it and recharge it. And it's just, this is
8
the
hours.
most ingenious idea. I just love it. I really, really do. This is the bomb. This really is. I'm just so happy about this. And yes, and you know, Kay Renee, my whole house is battery operated anyway. So this just does me amazing. It really does. Well, Kay Renee, any closing questions for our guest tonight? And then we're going to let her give her closing thoughts and everything.
She is my fairy godmother as a sister entrepreneur, Raquel. I'm hoping that you and I can continuously keep in touch. If you need a copy editor for your book, your upcoming book.
All right.
Give me a jingle. And I'm just really blessed to have met you. Continue blessings to your family. Because I know that, you know, you are just that mom. That mom, you have especially a daughter. She's going to look at you and say, this is, you like Kamala Harris. I can do this.
Yes.
So, and I'm hoping that you get one to Miss Kamala, because she's a runner too.
Yeah.
She's a runner too.
All right. Kamala. Think of that. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. We've got to get one for our new vice president.
That's my nugget for you, Raquel. Get it to Miss Kamala.
Yes. I like it. I love it.
Well, Raquel, you've done just an outstanding job tonight. You have just really made this show. You are so your energy is infectious. Just the product is great. Do me a favor. Give a message of hope for everybody. This is the holiday season. We're 23 days away from Christmas. Not
I lost you guys.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear us?
Hold on one second.
Okay, we can hear you.
Can you see me still? Because I can't.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you and see you.
Gotcha.
Okay, good. We are 23 days away from Christmas, and we wanted you to give a message of inspiration to our audience tonight, and then tell them how they can get your products. And I have your website across the screen. Okay,
great. Well, you know, my message tonight would be, first of all, we all want to be great. The priority right now, honestly, should be what we are most grateful for would be good health. I have been on a ventilator, and whatever you feel you need to do, you don't need to do it. You can hold on. You can hold on. Let's get through this period. Stay healthy, because the vaccines are coming. It's going to take a while. But I really think that we ought to really value our health first. Yes, I understand that Christmas is coming, but those material things, they will be around. And I just encourage everyone to utilize this time. I myself have found so many COVID blessings, is what I call them. Things that I never would have had the opportunity to do or think to do, or, you know, I happen to be one of those parents that I love having my two kids homeschooling. I love it. Why? Yes, it's difficult, but we have become, I mean, we were always close, but even closer. But not only that, I've been able to observe and learn more about them. They don't realize that that's what I'm doing. But these are things that never would have happened because we are always ripping and running in my house. I have 2 athletes and it is just like crazy. So I think that this is a tough time, but if you really look and try to find those COVID blessings, because they are there. They are there, and it is a tough time, but if you have your family and you have your health, and if you have, and hopefully if there's, you have your financial resources, then no complaining. No complaining.
Yep.
Now for those that are having an even more challenging time, I will say this one thing. Let me before I even get to that. One thing I say for those that have resources, I had posted this on my site. I believe that this is a time where everybody can give away something for free. I didn't say money. I didn't say tangible thing. If you don't have money, you can give time. You can give kindness. You can give, but everybody can give something for free. For free. Without, right? It could be, even if it's 5 meals to an organization, whatever it is, everyone can give. If you can't, everyone can give something for free. So I highly encourage people to think about that, because it is, I'm in the process with my company thinking of when I see these food lines, I can't sleep. I cannot believe this is the United States, and we're seeing miles and miles of lines of people not being able to eat. That's horrible. So I just want to encourage folks to look ahead. You've got to look ahead and see what we can do and know that it gets brighter. I always say, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. When I am having a bad day at work, this too shall pass. So I hope that is, that helps folks, just sometimes you just need a different perspective, right? Just different words to align and just get your thoughts right. And, I hope it helps somebody.
Yep. No, it helped 2 people that you're talking to that are hosting this show tonight. I kid you not, from just where we were at 8 o'clock this morning to where we are at 8:36 right now. This is exactly the sermon we needed to hear tonight. You were the exact perfect guest for just, and my audience is loving you as well. Oh, we do. We love you. So yes, you're coming back. Yeah, you're gonna hang out. Look, you never too important and too busy to do this show. We understand that. You do the View.
I'm never, and I'm never that way anyway.
Okay.
Never.
Good. We love you. So now tell everybody how they can order your products.
Okay, so you can order at my website, www.Roq-Innovation, no S on the end, so that's INNOVATION.com.
Yep, it's across the screen, you guys. You can check it out. Wonderful products. If Big Head can wear the beanie and my locks are comfortable, I'm not even sweating. It's a very comfortable, it's a quality beanie. It really is. But most importantly, that light is incredible. I live where some of my vestibules are not lit. And this is when I say to you, just perfect. And it keeps your head warm and all of that. So we are just in love with this beanie. We really are. And you just charge it right up. It's LED, you guys. You cannot beat it. And it's really wonderful. All right. Kay Renee, we'll say goodnight to our wonderful guests.
Good night, Miss Raquel.
Thank you.
As I said, don't forget my nugget for you. Get that beanie to Miss Kamala, our vice president. Get her a beanie.
What?
She's a winner.
That's such great advice. I am. I will figure it out. I'll figure it out.
All right. Well, we'll see you soon, Raquel. We really do appreciate you. God bless you. Happy holidays. And thank you for being so amazing. Have a great night.
For having me.
All right. It's a pleasure. Good night. Bye. Oh my God. That was incredible. Wasn't she amazing? A miracle, a fairy godmother, a
Yes.
businesswoman who's doing the doggone thing, a mom
Okay.
who wants to be at
Yes.
home with her children. I just love
Yes.
all of that. I love all of that. That's what
Amen.
this show is about. That's what it's about. Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
I'm inspired. And you're right. From the time when we had our conversation, now what a difference 12 hours makes. I
Yes,
tell
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am. But that was just what we both needed to hear tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you know, I tell
Absolutely.
people we never know what these guests are going to share with us. The PR
Right on.
people tell me who they are. And I always say to the PR people, please let your guests be someone that people can relate to. And that's why
Absolutely.
people love this show. All right. Well,
Absolutely.
darling, anything else we need to do? I guess we need to remind people about their mask again.
Yes, yes, yes. Because y'all may be slipping, so we want to make sure you're not slipping. Put your
Right.
mask on.
Make sure you wear your mask, ladies and gentlemen. Easy and simple. Cover your
Mhm.
nose and mouth. Make sure it's
Mhm.
tight, fits good, all of that good stuff. Yes.
Mhm.
Make sure you keep your hands clean. Soap and water is the most
Yes.
important thing. If not, hand sanitizer will do the trick. Make sure you clean under your fingers, your nails, all of that great stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Make those hands clean. Yes. Also, social distance. Please, social
That's right.
distance. Also, make sure if you're not feeling well, you keep your ass in the house. Yeah, don't
right.
go. Stay in the house. Don't come out. Now they're changing how long you should quarantine for. I am still on my quarantine. I've been in the house so long now that I just feel like I'm a piece of the furniture, but that's okay. I'm trying to stay safe, and that's what
That's
it
right.
is. It is. It
That's
really
right.
is. All right. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that I have a Red Kettle campaign with the Salvation Army. If you'd like to help save Christmas, here is the information on what you can text the word Chat Daddy, ChatDaddy to 51555, and you can help rescue Christmas for our good friends over at the Salvation Army. I just love and adore them and appreciate them so much last night for being here. And if you also want to donate online, you can always go to salarmychicago.org/Chat Daddy, and you can make a donation to the Salvation Army. Okay, that's how we do that there.
That's how we do
Hey,
it.
Renee, we got some feedback. Let's see. Feedback. Great show. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys so very much.
Absolutely.
Do me a favor, go over to YouTube and subscribe to the Real Chat Daddy Show. It's easy, it's simple, it's
And
free.
it's free.
You helping us out. The more people we get to subscribe to the show, it'll help us. It really will. So we appreciate you guys if you could do that. Also, tell your friends to tune in every night. If they can't watch it live at 7:00, they can always go back and watch encore performances on YouTube and Facebook at the Real Chat Daddy Show. My website, you guys all know what it is, right? You should. I mean,
realchatdaddy.com.
The realchatdaddy.com. Please visit the realchatdaddy.com. All right, Kay Renee, give us a nugget before we leave, my darling.
You know, since we were talking about telling the truth today, here's my nugget. Integrity is telling myself the truth, and honesty is telling the truth to other people. And that's by Spencer Johnson.
Oh boy. All right. Well, honey, as Reverend Ike would say, the truth shall set, I can't even say it now, set you free.
Amen to that.
Amen. It's been a good show tonight. It's been a really great show.
Oh,
all
goodness.
right. All right, my love. Well, I hope you rest well this evening. We've both been given our nighttime dose of love from Miss Raquel. Great guest. She really was.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for our Thursday night, the Real Chat Daddy show, where we'll talk about sexually transmitted debt. Oh, not good.
Yes.
All right, we love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. Well, wait, we got more feedback. Hold on. More feedback. Yes, love the quote, Kay Renee. Fantastic show.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Miss Leslie. Thank you.
We love you guys. All right, we'll talk to you all tomorrow night. Have a good one.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Stay safe.